And candidate Brad Trost is with me now on our set. Mr. Trost, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming by to speak with me. Here we are. Polls, the ballots are all in for all intents and purposes. There'll be some on-site voting here and in other places across the country tomorrow. Is this still about winning the race for you, or is it about what you've achieved in the race with your candidacy?
Well, I guess we'll see when the results come in. I do think now I, like all the other candidates, are looking forward. We'll see what the results say, where I placed in the field. I am a bit of an underdog at this point, but I do have a substantive and loyal cohort that's supporting me. So it is partially about looking forward to the future to see what we can do and establish, and how do we shape the policy and the party going forward.
And I suppose that takes me to this. Why did you enter the race? What did you feel would be missing from the race if you weren't in it?
I think at the end of the day, the reason that drove me was I believed the party needed a full spectrum principled conservative. And when I talked about a full spectrum, I mean someone who's not just a social conservative. People know I am that. But I'm an ideological free marketer. I'm very much strong on national defense and things. Things when people think of a Ronald Reagan, a Margaret Thatcher conservative, I'm that sort of person, and I'm that by principle and conviction, and I haven't changed. And that, I think, is what the race was missing.
So if you or Mr. Lemieux don't win, because you're the two candidates who've been really saying that there needs to be this a chance to reopen some of these social conservative issues inside the Conservative Party that have been, I think, fair to say, set to one side for the last probably decade. So if neither one of you wins, we don't have any other candidates in the race saying that we should have a government reopen these kinds of issues and perhaps take government positions, or at least not stating so clearly that I've heard. So where does that leave you in that party after this weekend?
I think it actually leaves us in a good point. And I will demonstrate this by pointing out things. People were stealing our policies. Okay? Maxime Bernier came out and said he's opposed to overseas funding for abortion and he would repeal Bill C-16. Andrew Scheer kept stressing to everyone that he had a perfect social conservative voting record. This has been both a good thing and a bad thing for candidates like myself, in that both Bernier and Scheer have been aggressively going out there behind the scenes to chase our voters on social conservative issues. Andrew using his voting record, and Max using his policies. So I think that demonstrates when other candidates, who are substantive candidates in this race, are poaching your issues, that means you've had an impact. People didn't go and do the reverse of what me and Pierre did. They imitated us.
You vowed during the campaign, you said as leader you would never march in a gay pride parade. Your campaign worker, Mike Patton, tweeted out a video in March saying, in case you haven't noticed, Brad's not entirely comfortable with the whole gay thing. Two things. What does that mean, not comfortable with the whole gay thing? And do you welcome gay people in the Conservative Party? Are you happy to have gay people as members of the Conservative Party?
This may surprise people, but there's actually, and we thought it was a bit of a joke at first, LGBT for Trost. There's actually people in the party who are gay, voting Brad Trost, supportive. So yeah, but one of the things I point out is I'm going to be honest. Justin Trudeau's not going to march in a pro-life parade. The NDP are not going to stand out there for firearms rights. I'm not someone who agrees with the political perspective of the leadership of the LGBT community. Frankly, a lot of conservatives don't agree with their perspective either. There are gay conservatives who don't march in gay pride parades. Do you want me, someone who doesn't believe in gay marriage, who believes in traditional marriage, who disagrees with their political leadership on a variety of issues, to go march in their parade? They wouldn't really want me, and it would be sort of hypocritical.
Would you welcome them? Would you welcome them in the party?
Look,
and I guess
my viewpoint is,
why would you welcome them in the party?
Well, if they agree with me on policies and principles and things, if they agree with me on free enterprise, if they agree with me on property rights, if they agree with me on parental rights. People need to understand, just because you have a label or with a certain demographic doesn't mean you share the political viewpoints that are often ascribed to that demographic.
But they then can't take a position opposite to you on who they might be in love with.
Well, they can take different positions, and some things they'll agree with me and some things they won't. The old thing, someone who's 90% your friend is not 10% your enemy. So, no, there are LGBT Tories who are actually voting for Brad Trost, as much as that surprises both some of my campaign team and some of the general public.
All right. Listen, good to speak with you, and we'll wait to see the results this weekend. As I've said to all the candidates, good luck, and we'll see what happens when the numbers are in. Brad Trost, pleasure.
Thank you. Good to be with you.